A cooked yesterday texture and dirty grease burgers? Burger King employees avoid these menu items. Here's why you should too. It's dinner time, and you want Burger King. You feel like a bit of surf and turf, so you opt for a Whopper and a BK Big Fish sandwich. While this is enough food to feed a family, you are pretty content to devour it solo. Not the most brilliant move, though. That fish you're eating may well have been sitting out in the open all day, according to employees writing on Reddit. One purported employee said that in the morning, they make the number of fish patties that their manager expects the store to sell. Those patties then might sit around for a bit, though the employee noted that they never served anything unsafe. Another alleged employee wrote much the same on a different Reddit thread. Still, you may want to ask for your fish sandwich to be made fresh, assuming the restaurant is not in the middle of a busy rush. In 2021, another Redditor who sampled 8 different chains' takes on the fish sandwich wrote about Burger King's offering. Just an outright wretched sandwich. There was nothing really good about it. Unfortunately, it turns out that sweet ice cream dreams can turn into something less palatable. BK staff on Reddit have previously reported that the dessert machines are rarely cleaned and advised staying away from them. They claimed that their mixes were made with ingredients past their best-by dates, though that remained unconfirmed. However, reports have emerged that some locations have flunked health inspections after their poorly cleaned ice cream machines were found to harbor mold.
Hey, chicken! You got a lot of nerve hanging around with those french fries, man. Maybe you want to be a french fry, huh?
Maybe I do.
This delectable innovation from Burger King was introduced in 2005 to attract a more spendy customer base that might be interested in a snackable, higher-quality menu item. Over the next 10 years, BK's chicken fries would prove to be a popular menu item. It's been a permanent staple since 2014. And while many customers will tell you that chicken fries are their favorite, not everyone's a fan. Despite the promise of better quality meat, the poultry comes fully frozen, not fresh, according to one Redditor who claims to have worked at Burger King. For the rest of the day, or until someone orders them, they claimed the chicken fries sit in the open in a basket at room temperature. When a customer orders them, they go back into the fryer for 20 seconds to heat and give the illusion of being freshly fried. Downthread, another Redditor chimed in that they thought the fries always had a cooked yesterday texture. In another Reddit thread from 2023, a customer wrote, "They used to be delicious, but since they came back, they haven't been as good." It's natural to associate Burger King with the Whopper, which is BK's signature dish after all. Along with the Whopper, a slew of flame-grilled burgers populate the chain's menu. However, it's worth noting that BK beef patties arrive frozen and raw. That means it's imperative for employees to cook them all the way through, which allegedly doesn't always happen. On Reddit, one alleged former manager of a Burger King reported being told to toss the raw burgers and serve the cooked ones. But this fix would not necessarily work, since the cooked ones are mixed in with the inedible ones. The whole batch is potentially contaminated. Most of us surely know already that it's unsafe to consume uncooked ground meat, as it may cause foodborne illnesses. This safety hazard isn't the only reason Burger King employees may urge you to stay away from the burgers. Other staff members have reported understaffed locations with poorly cleaned broilers, and other burger cooking equipment needing more serious attention. Of course, this is a case of just one location, but it's worth giving your own local Burger King a once-over before ordering there again. If you've ever bought cheese from the supermarket and left it out for a long time, you've probably noticed it grows mold. That's because most cheeses are meant to be refrigerated. More processed cheese, like the type typically used at Burger King, tends to be fine out of the fridge, though the USDA recommends putting it in the fridge to keep it better for longer. And fast food standards dictate that it needs to be replaced after a certain amount of time. According to one poster claiming to be a BK employee on Reddit, Burger King cheese has a 4-hour lifespan. When prepping for service, cooks place the cheese in a container and put a marker on it, indicating that it should be consumed or discarded within 4 hours. But that's not necessarily what happens at every location, according to the poster. One Quora user claimed that some Burger King employees are allegedly instructed to replace the markers with new ones. They added that cheese, tomatoes, onions, and other ingredients would routinely get reused from the previous day at her location. Much like other meats on the menu, Burger King's breakfast sausage is one item you may wish to avoid for a few reasons. One employee took to Quora and noted that it comes fully cooked and frozen. They shared that preparing it involves dipping the sausage patty briefly in the fryer until it reaches the right temperature for serving. It may cook in old or even downright dirty grease if the fryers have not been cleaned in a while. To top things off, one Redditor claims that their Burger King manager told them to reset timers for ingredients, including meat that went into fully prepped breakfast sandwiches that sometimes sat beneath a heat lamp until ordered. In the same thread, another purported employee said that it helps to ask for something to be made fresh when you order. You could also request a slight modification, such as changing condiments, which should mean the sandwich is made to order, though it doesn't necessarily mean the ingredients are ultra fresh, they admitted.